Welcome to Warmaster Podcast. A quick video talking about my list for this coming Saturday's Tri-Wiz 3 1000 point melee. It's basically a mixed doubles where you get randomly selected with a new partner every round. This army should have been painted last year, but as everybody knows, I hate painting. And even though this is barely painted, if we're being honest, it's just a series of washes and dry brushes. The thing, just to get off and running with the important stuff straight away, the thing that really gets my goat about painting Warmaster is that you've painted, let's assume that these are actually painted. So we've painted all these miniatures on the front row, painted all the miniatures on the back row, and then you've got to base them. And I know there are ways of doing this, but that kind of more convoluted ways. But if you want to get them done quickly, this is what you have to do. So you paint the front row, you paint the back row on a separate like lolly stick or something. Then you attach them both together. Then you put some basing material in, and then you wash the base material like with this Vallejo earth. Then you dry brush it. Then you put some flock on or something. But all the time when you're working in between these two rows, putting the PVA in or putting the brown paint in, you're putting crap on the stuff you've already painted, and like a bit of grass stuck to them because there's a bit of PVA on it. It's just really irritating. This gap here is never big enough. If you make it too big, then the guys look a bit stupid because they're all at the front and the back. So, as beautiful as Warmaster miniatures look with the two rows and the kind of whatever that is, 6 or 7 men a rank or whatever it is, this gap in the middle really is what pisses me off. I've painted them now, or painted if that's a word you can use. But even with these guys here, these are the latest zombies. I think they're actually ghouls from Cromarty Forge. I'm using them as 28 days later style zombies, kind of running at you zombies. Getting in underneath this zombie here who's like crouched over to kind of base it, it's just like, oh, sorry about that, it's like almost impossible because there's a row in front of him, so you can't get your brush in there to do anything. Anyway, it's as good as it's going to be. So I'll tell you my list. I did some raised dead units, 3 of them. I only put one on display because they're all the same. I decided to do it with just a single strip so they look different, but I didn't do enough. I did only 1 coat of washing. I'm not quite sure why I didn't do enough washing, but I didn't do enough washing. So they look a bit washed out. But I guess freshly raised dead. I haven't had time to darken off. So what have we got? We got our minimums, which are 2 units of Skelly Bobs, 2 units of zombies. So that's our minimum. We've also got a general here, a necromancer, and this is just a vampire with a sword. So really minimal character pack. We've got 2 wizards, which is pretty cool. We've got a fighty, well, he's got a sword, a fighty hero. But the thing about undead is you late game, or even mid game, but certainly late game, you've got no initiative. So when stuff starts getting dinged up late game, you need more command. I would have liked to have even more command, but you can't have another necromancer, and I couldn't possibly find another 80 points for another vampire. So this is all I could take. It will be pushing it. The general's going to have to do quite a lot of work, and late game there will be times when I just can't order stuff. But so we got the 2 skeletons, 2 zombies. We've got a character pack. We've got 4 black knights because they're knights, and they're good and they're undead. So apart from the fact they lose initiative, they get some benefits from that. Not the benefits for like not having a negative for stuff being near you. It's not as big on knights as it is with infantry because you can stay outside 20 anyway, so it's not as big a deal. But sometimes you can't stay outside 20, so here you don't really have to worry because it's not affecting you. We've got 2 of the direwolves who are a bit crappy chaos hounds. First round of combat on the charge, they're as good as chaos hounds, but from every point then onwards, and certainly if they are charged rather than charging, they're worse than chaos hounds. 1 unit of flyers, because even though they're crappy based, a unit of flyers is worth summing in the game, and they can certainly do things that other units can't do, and they can find targets other units can't do, move further than other units can move. So that is our list we have using their. I love this. I mean, I know there are new apps available and stuff, but I don't think I'll ever get past this Warmaster list builder online. Thanks, Dave. who's the guy behind it. So we have vampire counts, 1,000 points, Warmaster Revolution, 2 skeletons, 2 zombies, 4 black knights, 2 dire wolves, 1 fellbat. We got a vampire lord. We got actually a wand of power. I could have just given the vampire a sword, but I thought let's give. If we got a spell we need to get off, we give an extra +1. So it's normally like a 5-up spell for the movement or a 4-up spell for the. Oh, it's both 5-up in it for raised dead as well. So it makes it a 4-up. It's obviously not a ring of magic, but I couldn't afford a ring of magic. Couldn't even afford a dispel scroll. So we've got a vampire and a necromancer, 11 units, break of 6. And we are going to be fighting with 7 units and hiding 4. Is how it's going to be. So we're going to be fighting with the cavalry and the bats if needed, and we're going to be hiding the other stuff. And we are going to be hitting quick and hitting hard and hopefully knocking somebody out each round, and then we can slow down and focus on the one remaining player. Because how doubles works, what you want to do is get one of the 2 out, because they break independently. Get one of the 2 players out as quickly as you can, and then you can focus on the other one. So having speed and having punch and reach is what it's all about, in my opinion. Not that this is a particular serious event, because you've got no control over who you get drawn with each round, and no control over who you're playing, and it's certainly not Swiss or anything like that. So this is my army list. I've got a bit more than this painted. The only things I need to paint that I don't have painted are... Oh no, I just need to base 2 units of zombies, and I need to paint and base 7 units of Graveguard, because my 2,000 point list has another Necromancer, 2 more vampires, both with black coaches, and 7 units of Graveguard. So no more black knights or anything. Oh, 1 more fellbats, which are already painted. So all I've got to get done is base, because you can tell how bad basing is, because I've done everything but base 2 units of zombies, and then I've got to do 7 units of Graveguard from scratch. And that's it. 2,000 point army. Hopefully there's a Warmaster, WOR, in... it's May. I'll try and have it done by then. It was supposed to be done last year, but it obviously wasn't. And there you go, the world's most kind of lamest painted army, but it's painted. It's not even 3 colours. It's barely 1 colour. Just shades of 1 colour. But anyway, there you go. This could be my first ever fully painted Warmaster army, but I haven't even achieved that yet. So we're on the way to a fully painted Warmaster army for the first time in my life. I don't mean I don't own fully painted armies. I certainly do, but I've never painted one. So here we go. Until next time.